Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Thank you so much for joining my co host Mary and I for another Spiritual Learning Thursday. Every Thursday, we go over a different topic. After we play the video on the topic, we'll take any questions that anyone has and we'll try to answer them the best that we can. If you have any ideas on what you would like to learn about in the next upcoming videos, please leave a comment. We will be with you shortly. If you would be so kind as to take this time to give a like and share out the video, it would be greatly appreciated. Sit back, enjoy the show. Thank you so much again for coming. Hey everybody! How are you guys? I hope you're well. I'm inside today because it was a little chill outside. So I said, no, I'll stay inside. So I hope everybody's well. Thank you, Kelly, for coming in. And whoever else is here, much love to you all. And yeah, today we're going to do Norse mythology. Mary is here somewhere. She just stepped away for a second, but she'll be right back. She's here. So, hello, Evie. How are you? So yes, so Mary's here. We're gonna play our video. We're gonna just go into a little bit of Norse religion. Hey, James, nice to see you, sweetheart. I had a fun day today. I did a reading for someone. She gave me a tip that was nice. Usually when friends bring friends over for readings, they don't think to go, oh, let me leave a tip, like, so, but she was like, here, no, thank you. And I was like, oh, okay. So yeah, that was cool. So, hi, Amado Anna. How are you, sweetheart? I hope you're doing well. We'll just wait for a few more people. Hey, Charlie. I hope you're doing well, Charlie. I loved your picture, by the way. That picture was beautiful. Did you take it? Did you take that picture, or do you live near there? I think I have a big enough cup. It's my fall happy cup. um. Mhm. And I'm working on Halloween's projects. I have a few more, and then I'll be up to Halloween and where I'm gonna put the videos anyway. But I was working on our little potions. So yes. So I was doing these. Somebody threw out literally a bag. I did take the shot. Oh, it was gorgeous. Gorgeous. Somebody was throwing out a bag of these. Like like a whole big humongous clear bag of these. They had this size and bigger ones. And I was like, oh, I need to take these for Halloween decor. So I did only the first ones to do, like, but I'll be putting stuff in all of them and maybe writing on them or something. There's the witch's brew. It's like green and purple. So I thought, no, that looks like something fun and exciting in there. And it says witch's brew on there. So yeah. That's what I was doing. Then I tried to do the like viral one with the hand coming out of the pitcher. Oh, what a pain in the neck. So yeah, that's what I was working on. Those crafts. Um, so yeah, just been crafting and doing readings, and I went to see grandma. She's still doing good at 96. I made ice cream. So, those containers, the little containers you get soup in or rice from those little round containers from the Chinese food places. So I had two of those, and I made the ice cream, and I brought two of them because I figured maybe, if sometimes she has her friends sitting with her, not to be rude to give her ice cream and not the friends. So I brought two of them. But it was only her sitting there, and she's like, "What?" After she ate that whole thing of ice cream, she's like, "Um, what else is in the bag?" I said, "Just more ice cream in case somebody wanted." She goes, "Yeah, yeah, give me." And she ate two. I was like, "Damn, you're not gonna eat lunch." And she said, "That's okay. It's the same all the time," which is true. She's been there 2 years. I've been organizing my craft room. It's more like a storeroom for my 40 years of hoarding. I'd probably have fun in your craft room. Yes. Yes, Kelly. I would probably have a ball in your craft room, like, ooh, can I have this? Can I use this? I want to make this. hmm I would love to raid somebody else's craft room. I don't really have a craft room. I have a few drawers and a few bags and a little basket of paints. Street Poet, how are you? I hope you're well. Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Is that what they say? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. You're entitled to eat two desserts. That's right. That's a true story. That is true. And everybody's like, oh, but isn't that a lot of sugar for her? I go, well, she doesn't have diabetes or anything. My grandmother, besides the fact that she broke her hip in the same place twice, so she can't walk, is super healthy. She has no other problem. Her hearing's going and her vision. And she's got no teeth. But other than that, she's healthier than I am, probably. So, she's still got her mind. So yeah, I said, why can't she have it? And it's homemade. It's not like the shit from the store. I made it. I made it with peaches and some whipped cream and some sweetened condensed milk. It wasn't like I didn't add any other sugar, nothing, because the sweetened condensed milk has sugar. And peaches naturally have some sugar. So I said, no, it was good. 3 ingredients. Let her eat it. Probably better than that little canned little fruit cocktail they give her. It's probably the same thing. I lost one of my tree last night. Ah. Oh, they weren't hurt. Well, that's good. That's fabulous. Oh, there's Mary again.
Sorry.
Hi, Mary.
I was sharing out. I kicked myself out, so I just
Oh,
finished.
okay. I was like,
I just finished what I was doing and come back.
wasn't she there?
I
There's
was there.
Mary.
Hi, everybody. I was there, but I did a disappearing act.
Did the disappearing act.
Hi,
Well,
Kelly. Yeah,
well,
I went over and shared out. Hi, Charlie.
yeah,
Hi, Evie. Hi,
I,
Jane.
Yeah, I hope, James, that they give you insurance for that kind of stuff, right? Because Florida's a little funny with insurance because there's a lot of hurricanes. So sometimes if you live in a spot, they don't give you insurance. I hope they have, you know, that they will, somebody will take care of that and they didn't lose their house or anything.
Well, the people I've talked to so far, it's been a couple YouTube people that I know there that lives there. They're all safe. Their houses are fine. They
Oh
had
yeah.
some
Oh
trees
well,
uprooted,
yeah. James was saying that
a little bit
his
of flooding. My brother lives in an apartment in Tampa, and there's some trees uprooted, and there's a little bit of flooding going on around in his general area.
right.
But other than that, he said he come through it okay.
Oh,
They
that's
come through it okay. So
well. James was saying his tree uprooted and fell on the neighbor's house, and they're fine.
yeah.
Thank you. But I said I hope that the insurance pays for that kind of thing because
Well, I don't know. I think you have to get a special
hi Molly.
insurance.
Well, yeah, but sometimes they don't give it to you if you live in that
Right.
kind of
I think you
area.
can pay
So
for it, but it's expensive to get the extra insurance, I would say probably. Well,
I would do
especially
it
living in
anyway. If you're
Florida.
gonna live in that kind of area, you gotta
If you
get
don't live
that
in
insurance.
Florida, I'd say the insurance for that is extremely high.
Yeah. Well, it's on them basically. Where the tree falls, it is their responsibility here in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, so even though the tree was on your property, they still have to. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, in Florida, let's say it was opposite, James, and their
You say
tree
it's
fell
in your
on
yard,
your
but it
house.
falls on a neighbor's
Is
house,
there
you're
is
liable.
yeah here there no, but so if it was vice versa, would you have insurance that would pay for something like that, James? That's what I'm curious about. Is there another hurricane?
They're not liable there in Florida to pay that.
Lots of damage everywhere throughout that is the state. Oh, um, no. James said that Florida, wherever the tree falls, like if a tree could blow from Minnesota and fall on your house, your problem.
Right,
It's not the person in Minnesota's problem that the hurricane picked up a tree and dropped it on your
right,
house.
right.
So that's their rules in Florida.
Well, here, if a tree falls on your neighbor's house, your tree that you didn't have trimmed or whatever to keep it from doing that, you have to, yeah, you can
Yeah,
be
here.
your insurance is liable for it, or you are. So, but here we can carry the insurance for it.
Yeah.
It goes in our policy, our regular policy.
It's
But
on the regular policy if somebody falls
someplace
out
where
of
it
your
storms
house
like
or
that, right?
yeah.
And it comes from it's a natural disaster, so it comes out of that. So if you have natural disaster on your insurance policy, it's going to cover it.
Mhm.
So I mean, it's not something that you have any control over.
Right. I saw a picture of a large boat washed up on land into a person's house. Crazy. Oh, that happened. Yeah, it is on the insurance. Oh, okay. So the insurance will cover that for them. That's good.
Right. If go underneath the natural disaster, it is.
Yeah, but
But what I'm
it's
saying
not
is like,
out of his insurance. It's out of theirs because it
well,
was their
say what I'm
go out
saying,
there.
like if you say like we're here and there's no natural disaster going on or anything like that, not even a thunderstorm, because that's considered just uncontrollable.
Yeah.
Say like you're there and your tree's just old and it falls because it's a little windy that day and it falls and lands on your neighbor's house, you're liable for that.
Oh yeah.
But
Oh, the
your
same in
insurance has to
Massachusetts.
cover that. But if
It,
it's because of storms or anything like that, it falls underneath natural disaster and
yeah.
natural causes, and you're not liable for it. No.
Right. Because the tree could be healthy as anything else.
Right.
If
Right.
150-mile wind and the ground's very wet, those roots are coming up. That tree's floating.
Yeah, I would say your best bet if you own a house and you have a house that has trees, have your trees
down,
checked,
and then
you know,
don't worry
to make
about.
sure if a piece of it dies off, get it off of there so it doesn't blow off and hit your neighbor's house. I mean, that's just common sense, you know. Take care of your trees and they'll take care of you.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you don't have to worry about them landing in your neighbor's yard or on their house
Well,
if
and you don't have to worry
you
about them
know,
landing on your house either. If
right,
I
or
if
your
I
house
had a
or your home.
property,
Yeah,
I would have dwarf trees, nothing that grew
right,
big, and
right.
that's it. And in the back where they couldn't fall anyway on anything. But yeah. So yeah, so I haven't heard anything. My aunts are in Clearwater, but I searched Facebook today. I didn't see that
I
anybody
think Clearwater
posted.
got Clearwater did all right. You could watch it on YouTube. There's a Clearwater on the beach there. It's a camera that turns completely around. You can watch it
Oh,
live on YouTube.
mm,
And
um,
I think there's one in Tampa somewhere, but I didn't find it. But I think it went further. It went further down than where they thought it was going to.
right.
They thought it was going to hit Tampa head on, but it didn't. It went down further. From what my brother and them's telling me down there, they said it was supposed to hit them head on. It didn't. The
Right.
eye was 100 miles off from where he was at.
Mm. Oh, it went further south. Yes, Mary.
Yeah,
That's right.
it went further south. Yeah,
Yeah. That's right, street
that's what
poet.
I meant. Yeah.
So yeah. So thank God, probably, damage, like we said, hopefully all the insurances will pick it up, or the state will help anybody who has a problem. And as long as, the people are alive, that's all that matters.
Well, they can't be liable there in Florida. I don't care if it is if it's a storm. They can't be liable for their tree hitting another person's house. I mean, that's a natural disaster. I mean, it's just or natural causes. There's yeah,
Mhm.
they can't be liable for that. There's a difference in that.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure their
Well,
insurance will be able to
my
tell them.
my friend had a summer home in Florida. That's why I asked about the insurance. And where he lived in Florida was always big hurricanes. So he wanted to get some kind of insurance for he wanted to upgrade his insurance for the summer house, right? And
Yeah,
so he called the insurance company and they looked it over and they canceled his insurance. We don't cover that area anymore. He's like, I must have been grandfathered in. He could not find any insurance that would pick him up because that area was hit so much that he had to sell that thing and get the hell out of there. Because he's like, nope. Mm-mm. You know,
well,
so it's at the insurance company's discretion whether they want to cover you or not. So that's why I said, maybe.
my brother told me he said this storm wasn't nothing compared to the tsunami he went through. He was on a Navy ship and he went through the tsunami in a Navy ship. He said the worst. He said it was crazy. The fear and stuff he said you have, but you have to keep going, because you have to keep the ship going. He said it was unreal. He said this wasn't nothing. He said if I can go through a tsunami, I can go through this.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's the act of God. Yeah, they call it natural disasters. To act of God. To there's a natural causes.
Yeah.
That's the insurance companies. They all word it different, but yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's not nothing you can do about it. It's just something that happens.
Right.
Now you can be nice and help your neighbor and say, I'll do what I can, or if you can afford to help them,
Oh, if the
or
insurance doesn't cover it,
help
but
with
if the insurance
labor or
covers,
whatever.
yeah.
It's like Tammy, my cousin. I'm not cousin. She's like my cousin, but she's my family. She's my best friend. Anyway, she had this. It stormed here the first part of the summer, and really bad. We had tornadoes and stuff, and her trees fell and landed over top her fence out back, and went into the neighbor's yard. It didn't hit the house, but it went in the neighbor's yard. And the neighbor's like, "It's not your fault." And so the other neighbor on the other side come over with a chainsaw, chopped it all up, stacked it all up, the whole 9 yards. And didn't she offered to pay them because she would have to pay somebody to come and do it anyway. They wouldn't even let her pay them. They said
Oh,
no. Said you're our neighbor. We're just going to help. We're here to help, not take.
that's
So
right.
they even put her fence back up. Fixed her fence.
Oh, that's I would have made them a big old cake.
Well, she
Yeah.
said she was going to make something for them. I don't
Yeah.
know if she did or not, but I'm sure she did.
Oh yeah. Oh
I'm
yeah. I
sure
would have
she
went
done
over
something
with
for them.
the big ass apple pie or something. I baked
Yeah,
this for you. Thanks for being
yeah,
an awesome neighbor. You know.
right. Because I mean, you don't find that. I mean, it's hard to. You don't find that anymore. People scared of other people all the time, and they're just not
Oh yeah.
neighborly like that, like they used to be. But I thought it was great. She lives in a really good neighborhood, and if I get this house, which we should know soon,
Oh,
if
that'd
I
be
get to, because they've been doing paperwork all week
yeah.
on it to get it put in a system and stuff for Section 8. But if I get this house, I'll be in a neighborhood like she's in. So pretty close.
Oh,
It's a good
good.
neighborhood. I
Um.
can't wait. The thought of it, I just can't wait.
Yeah. I scared both my neighbors this week. So I had one out,
How'd
and
you do that?
well, the older lady who lives next door, she's like 92, and she was out. She was across the street with the her friend, who's who they lived across the street forever, right? She's in her late 80s, so they were talking. So she had walked across the street to talk to the neighbor. I came out of the house and went down. I don't know where I was going, probably to get milk. And when I came back, she was on her front porch. And she's like, "I was waiting to see if you would come back. It is you." She goes, "I didn't know who was coming out of the house." And I said, "What do you mean? I don't know. Did the sun catch your eyes? Did I look different?" The neighbor said it was you, but I told the neighbor, this is what she tells me. This is why I love old people. She goes, I said to her, "No, that's not her, because that lady's skinny." And then I go, "Huh?" She goes, "Yeah, you lost a lot of weight. You look good. I didn't recognize you." And she just saw me last week. I'm like, okay, thanks. So I scared her because she didn't know who was coming out of the house. She didn't she didn't think it was me, and she knew it wasn't the older lady who lives upstairs from me. So she was like, "Who the hell is coming out of the house?" So then, um, the other neighbor, he was standing outside, and I hardly ever see him. So I go up to him and I'm like, "Hi, how are you?" And he turned around, and I guess he didn't recognize me, either. And he goes, "Hi, can I help you?"
Dang, are you changing that much?
I
Nobody's
don't know. So
recognizing you?
I said, "Hey," he said, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, how's mom? Is she good? I haven't seen her. She hasn't been, you know, we used to chat in the backyard, because then the way he asked me, "Can I help you?" I figured he don't know who the fuck I am, even though I share a backyard with him, I like, well, we have a little thing in between, but I basically, he could see me, right? So, we share an alleyway, like, whatever. So,
Well, it shows he don't pay attention to you, doesn't it?
Right, exactly. So I said, "Oh," so he goes, "Oh, she's good." And I said, "Oh, how's married life treating you? Your wife good?" Because he had got married in the summer this year. So he's like, "Yeah, no, good." I said, "Okay, I just want to tell you that your heater fell over and it's blocking the apartment door. I know you're not renting it right now, but it's blocking the door, and I don't want you to go and hit it, and then you're gonna break your door going outside. You'd have to go from the top and move it. The heater fell over and there's glass all over, and I don't want you to get hurt." And he goes, "Oh, it did? Oh," he goes, "Oh, thanks for telling me." I said, "Oh, yeah, sure." I said, "Well, take care. I'm leaving now." I didn't mean to bother nobody. I just wanted to find out how his mother was and tell him that the heater fell over. But I must have scared him because he was like, he's like, "Can I help you?" I was like, okay, if you say so." Yeah, so I scared both the neighbors in one day. Anyway, that's all right.
You can have a,
Diane,
as
she
far
put
as
in the
tornado.
she put in the paperwork, so she's waiting to hear if she got the place or not.
Yeah, they've been doing paperwork all week. The landlord to this house and Section 8 has been, and because this house wasn't on in the program, they had to put it in it, and because he's not been in Section 8 for a while, and he has offered to put this house on Section 8 for me, and it's an extremely. I showed the pictures to Christina. I'll send them to you, Diane, or the house where you can look at it. But anyway, it it's really nice and really nice neighborhood, and he's offered to do this for me. Just at first he said no, that he couldn't lower it down to where I could put it and all that, and stuff. And but he did say he would put it on Section 8 for me at first, and I had to see if the money would go through on that, how much it was, because he wanted $1,700 a month for it. And of course, it's 3 bedroom, bathroom. You know, anyway, it's a nice place.
Yeah.
Anyway, he said he couldn't go down on it. And then I thought I wasn't going to hear from him no more. And 2 days later, he messaged me and said, "Hey, I'll go down on the house for you." He says, "Something's telling me to do this for you." He said, "I don't know what, but he says, I feel it very strongly that I need to help
Jacoby probably
you."
went over and visited him, like, "Hey, you need to
Uh, he,
do this."
he said, "I'm feeling very strongly that I need to help you." He said, "You just sound like you," he said, "You sound like you need a break."
Hmm.
And so that's how it all became that way. So he's been doing the paperwork all week. I'm surprised he didn't walk away from it after all the paperwork he had to do, but no, he hasn't. He's kept with it. So
Well, like I said, I said to her, this day and age, it's hard. If you know you're gonna guaranteed get this money all the time,
right,
you know, then then you're gonna do it. So because you get somebody else in there who's gonna pay it out of pocket, they lose their
right.
job
But you
or
gotta
something.
watch who you put in the
to
houses
try to to
anymore.
try to evict them, and they could be wonderful people, but people lose their
Right.
jobs. Shit happens, people become
People
disabled. Their
uh,
their
uh,
income changes, and then
right.
what are you gonna do? Because now you have somebody not paying. You got to go to court fees. Then you may never recoup the money. It's so much easier just to say, oh well, if the state's gonna,
Well,
I know I'm
I'm
getting
not
this, then I'm doing it.
I'm not like that to where they're going in a terrible place, but there's a many people goes in these houses and they tear the hell out of them.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, they let their kids do whatever. They don't care. That's what makes the rent go up. That's what makes it harder on other people to find a house. And you think the people that was getting Section 8 would think about that because, I mean, they're getting help as it is. You think they would take care of the place so they keep getting it and getting that help because if I didn't have Section 8, we'd be in trouble.
Yeah. Well, I'll
I
tell
mean,
you.
there's no way I could pay $1,700 a month.
Right.
We'd be living in low income, wouldn't be the word for it. We'd be living in bad area because that's all we could afford.
Right. Well, and I tell you,
So I mean,
the there was a couple during COVID moved in because the family moved out because they needed a bigger place. My friend has a little tiny apartment, right? One bed,
uh,
and it's on the second floor. And it was fine for the couple, but then they had a baby. And when the baby turned one, they were like, no, we need a place. Baby. down, of course. So they left, and it was right as COVID hit, and she couldn't find anybody. And then this woman down the block said, "Hey, I know a couple. She goes, "Oh, they're a good couple," and it was okay. So they paid for a few months, no problem. Okay, good. And then they stopped paying um, because he lost his job. I don't know what happened during COVID, right? And he didn't start working again, and I don't know. So they couldn't afford the rent. It's them, and I think they have 4 or 5 year old or whatever. So for a year they didn't pay. It was like $10,000, and so and he felt bad to kick them out, right? But finally, she was like, "Look, I can't. Like, I have a grandkid I gotta take care of. Gotta put money away for college. Like, my daughter doesn't work; she's disabled, and like, what am I gonna do here? I need to rent an apartment to get rent for to pay the everything going up, like the taxes for the house and everything." So they went to Second Aid, I guess, and they helped them, and they paid, but they didn't pay all the back and whatever. So she lost out on some money, but thank God, she got a lot of it, and now she gets paid every month, right? But the refrigerator broke, so she goes, "Okay, I guess she never checked on them, right?" Now it's COVID, 4 years they've been there. So the guy for the refrigerator comes, and so she goes up with him, and she's like, "Leave the door open if you're not home because the refrigerator guy's coming over." So she goes upstairs. They the old refrigerator, they put like orange tape on it or an orange sticker. So the whole refrigerator was like orange. I had a freaking heart attack. My friend's mother, she's like, "What the hell is this?" And then they painted some crazy mural with texture on the wall. Oh man, she's like, "Now who's gonna cover this?" Like, oh, like So she goes, "It looks like the floors haven't been washed since they moved in." Like, she's like, "What the hell is going on?" She's crazy now. She's like, "This was all a bad idea." It's hard to find good renters. So that's why I'm saying, obviously he figured, no, I'm gonna go with her because he knew that you would, take care of his house because you have nothing on your record or anything. And oh, brick is nice. Brick is always the house will be well insulated. All right, guys, we've been here 34 minutes. Are you ready to watch the video? I lost Mary. Did I lose her? She's there somewhere. Mary, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Let's do it. I'm going to put on the video, Mary, okay?
All right. Are you putting it on like you normally do, like you've been doing?
Yeah. I don't have any
All
other
right.
way to do it.
All right. No, I
Sure.
just needed to write it. I was talking to Frank before he left.
Oh, okay.
He's got to run somewhere.
I just wanted to make sure, I didn't put it on and you came in the middle like, what is she doing? Okay. All right. Here we go.
So,
Let
Diane, did you guess the color yet? She said something about guessing the color.
I think she just asked what color was.
I know. She said she was thinking brick. I guess she meant the outside. I was thinking the inside. I didn't tell anybody that he painted it, but I'll send her pictures of it. All right, here you go. Get started. I'm
Okay.
gonna meet through it.
We're gonna get started. Here we go. I think it's good. You guys could see it, right? Lovely. Okay. I guess it doesn't matter the layout because it's gonna stay the way it is. All right. Here we go, guys. Hello and welcome to another spiritual learning video. Today we're going to go over the Norse religion, also known as Norse paganism or Old Norse religion. Norse was a polytheistic religion practiced by the Norse people. The Norse believed in many gods and goddesses, with Odin as the head of the gods. Some believe that Norse may have worshipped as many as 66 gods. The Norse people also believed in 9 realms, with Midgard being the realm where humans lived. They also believed that half of the warriors who died in battle would go to Valhalla, a great hall in Asgard, to live with Odin. The Norse people also believed that the world would end in a final battle between the gods and the giants called Ragnarok. Sacrifices, or blot, were a central part of Norse rituals. Sacrifices were made to ensure fertility and growth, or to mark special occasions like births, weddings, and burials. There was 3 major festivals that the Norse celebrated each year, one at midwinter, one in autumn, and one in the beginning of summer. The summer festival was associated with bringing good fortune and victory in the coming raiding season. The Norse named the days of the week after their gods. For example, Tuesday was Tyr's day, Wednesday is Odin's day, and Thursday is Thor's day. The Norse religion was eventually replaced by Christianity, which began to take hold in Scandinavia in the 8th century CE. However, the Norse continued to practice their religion in secret, and some Norse gods and traditions are still celebrated today. Norse and Greek mythologies are separate. However, it is possible that they may have evolved from a common belief system millennia ago. Norse religion had an important function in early medieval Scandinavian society. In this way, it was similar to other mythological systems. Scandinavia is a region in Northern Europe that consists of Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Iceland, and the Faroe Islands. The people of this region speak a group of related languages called the North Germanic languages. All North Germanic languages evolved from a language called Old Norse. Therefore, the culture of the region during the early Mid Ages is often called Norse culture. This is the same culture that the Vikings came from. In fact, Norse is often used synonymously with Vikings. Old Norse was spoken in Scandinavia during the Middle Ages before the arrival of Christianity. The language eventually developed into modern Swedish, Norwegian, Icelandic, Danish, and Faroese. The Norse people had a rudimentary writing system called runes. There are 2 runic alphabets, Elder Futhark and the Younger Futhark. The Elder Futhark predated the Viking Age and has more letters than the Younger. The Norse people used this alphabet to record names and simple sayings in giant rune stones, as well as in bones and wood carvings. A number of these rune stones still exist. In Norse cosmology, the universe was made up of 9 worlds that were interconnected by a cosmic tree. The tree was called Yggdrasil, and at its roots of the tree lived the Norns. These were female spirits of both gods and humans. They spun the inevitable threads of faith and were arbiters of life. The supreme god Odin had just one eye. He gave the other to Mimir in order to be allowed to drink from the source of wisdom, Mimir's well. Odin is the god of war and of the dead. He rules over Valhalla, the hall of the slain. All Vikings who died in battle belonged to him. They were collected by his female handmaidens. Odin was the first and foremost, worshipped by kings, warrior chieftains, and their men. It was the requirements of these people that he could satisfy. Thor was the most popular of all gods. He was a god of war and fertility. He created thunder and lightning, and he rode over the clouds in a chariot drawn by goats, swinging his hammer. Thor was physically strong, and with his weapon he could do battle with the evil giants who lived in Jegaheimer. Thor was worshipped by most Vikings. He was the god of the people. He was the most comprehensible and could be trusted, in contrast to his father Odin, who could be completely unpredictable. Therefore, Thor's role was also to uphold law and order. Loki, who was originally from giant stock but now lives in Asgard and is respected by the gods as he is the blood brother with Odin. Loki is crafty and not to be trusted. On many occasions, he cheats both the giants and the gods, playing them off against each other. Even though Loki is often up to no good, the gods still tolerate his presence. He is sly and lies, abilities that the gods can use to their advantage. Frey is connected with fertility and good harvest. He makes the crops in the fields grow. One of Frey's attributes is his magic boar. The boar shines like gold, and Frey rides it faster than any horse over the land and through the water. Frey's twin sister is Freya. She is the most beautiful of the female gods and rules from her abode of Vagvang in Asgard. She is the goddess of love, fertility, and the practice of side. Many places in Scandinavia are named after Frey and Freya, especially places in Denmark. However, such names are more commonly found in Norway and Sweden, so perhaps the belief in the fertility gods was strongest in these areas. The Norse practiced seer, a form of sorcery or divination. The Norse held ceremonial toasts of mead called sembles for oaths and storytelling. They celebrated the winter and summer solstices and the harvest and victory sacrifices. They believed that the universe began with heat and cold, and that life began when the two elements met. The universe was centered around the giant ash tree with three roots. Asatro is what the Old Nordic religion is called today. Thor and Odin are still going strong 1,000 years after the Viking Age. Many think the Old Nordic religion, the beliefs in the Norse gods, disappeared with the introduction of Christianity. However, it did not, but instead practiced secretly or under a Christian cloak. Today, there are between 500 and 1,000 people in Denmark who believe in the old Nordic religion and worship its ancient gods. Modern believers in the old Nordic religion meet in the open air, just as the Vikings did. Here they praise the gods and make offerings to them. These offerings are carried out around 4 times a year at the winter and summer solstice and the spring and autumn equinox. Thank you for joining us on another spiritual learning video. If you like the content, please check out our spiritual learning playlist for more. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. We'll see you again next week. Alrighty, guys. So there we go. Just like I said, a synopsis. Let me turn the camera around before um I didn't want to spin you too much, so I figured I'll turn the camera off before I turn the camera around and spin you. There we go. Yeah, that's what I do, Charlie. I'm like, I highlight the word and I go read it and read out loud, because if you click on an article, it will read it out loud, whatever you highlight. So I listen to it like literally sometimes 10 times, and then I try to record it. Like, I know what it says now. Asha God, or whatever. And then but sometimes even you listen to it, you still can't say it. Can't say it like Google says it. That's all right. How are you, Colt? Welcome in. Um, hey, Krista. How are you, sweetheart? How was your anniversary yesterday? Their stories are wonderful to read. Yes. Well, I had never really got into the Norse because I'm Greek, right? So we had enough Greek mythology to last us, to last us a millennium. But I was like, I found it interesting that they also had their deities, and I like um the religions and stuff with deities because I highly believe in deities too. So to me, it's not mythology, just like to them wasn't mythology, right? Mythology is something that's fake, but how do they know it's fake? It's like then you would be saying that God is mythology too, right? Because you don't know, you didn't meet him. So how do you know that Thor isn't real? The god of thunder doesn't exist. How do you know that? You don't know. Just like you don't know if. So I mean, um, so to them it wasn't mythology. To me, I believe in right, the what do they call it? Demigods or deities, right? So I found it super interesting. Right. Yeah, you don't know. Nobody knows, right? So, um, plenty of cultures do believe in different gods, even though, like, okay, so in Norse, they believed right in Thor, let's say, in Odin and Loki. And then in Greek mythology, they had like the 12 champions, and those were, um, who they really worshipped, the 12 champions. Um, but it's not mythology, so to speak, because like I said, they have we went over it one of the weeks. Hennelism, which is where they do the same as in Old Norse. They believe in these deities and they still practice that way um of faith. That's their faith. So the um the different tribes had like the moon goddess and the sun and brother moon and you know sister mountain. They had all these different deities that they believed in, and the four winds and the four directions and the four colors, right? So those were all to them spirit, and they were higher spirits than people spirits. So that was their deities. So there's a lot of different ones. They might not call them deities, but that believe in these gods. So hey Drew, welcome in, sweetheart. Everything outside the religion is mythology. And this is coming. I was raised Christian, right? Because I'm Greek Orthodox. But like I said, the Greeks do believe that they believe in their gods. And they incorporate it in their teachings. When you come to America here, they call it mythology. In Greece, they don't call it mythology, okay? It's intertwined with their Greek Orthodox lessons, and their law. But I think it's really only Americans, um, people outside of that, because like I said, Greeks are Christians, but they believe in their Hellenism, a lot of them. And actually, most of the Mediterranean practices Hellenism on top of whatever else they practice. It's like it goes together with it. So they have their regular beliefs and gods and God and the regular belief, but then they have their deities. So I think it's really only in America where we just make everything fake except what we except our God. Like this is our like which is not true, right? So I think that's really more an American thing. So I don't know. Oh, thank you, Drew. James is in Florida. I haven't heard from Scott, so I don't know if his power went back on or what after last night. So I don't know. American Scottish Highlander. There you go. Um, yeah, because I think that's something that like mostly like American society does. They poo-poo everything and they only believe they're very high in believing only on what they want to believe and they're always right, you know? I think that's more of an American thing. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure. When you go to Greece and you would say like, "Oh, I believe in Sister Mountain," they wouldn't be like, "That's mythology." Hell no. You know what I'm saying? Because they believe in Neptune and the 12 champions. So even though it's not, they don't practice it in the church, it's still part of their culture. Okay, it's their culture. So they're not going to tell you your culture that can't be. No, because it's similar to believe in deities. So I think that's more of an American thing. I don't know per se because I haven't been to so many other places um except in America, but I know from like people coming here like visiting like from Greece and everything. They were from Italy and they believe in all that stuff. So I say the French ha. I heard from my family in Florida. They are fine. Oh, fabulous. That's fabulous. Most of the northern Scottish islands have a lot of Norse influence, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Well, they said at least 1,000 people, just around 1,000 people still in in the Danish community still do that. But it's all of them because they all have that culture. So they might not carry it as a religion like the Greeks, like they might not practice it in churches, but it's part of their culture. So they do, like in Sweden, in Sweden, in the Danish, Iceland, the Faroe Islands, um, they do keep that culture alive in Norse, because that's where their language came from, Old Norse culture. So they keep it alive. So they do. There is some places that definitely still carry it, and there's a lot of places still to this day named after Frey and Freya, and especially there's a lot of places in the where in Denmark where the places are named after Frey and Freya places, but in I think in Sweden they like literally name their kids after them still. So it's yeah, it's still they're still going strong. They believe they are superior to everybody. Yeah, yes, you're right. um So yeah, I think that's the case because, and this is even when it comes to anything that they don't know about, like spirituality, for example. They have I always say this. They say, "Oh yeah, you would be a spirit medium, yeah?" And I'm like, um, who made up that name? You know? So someone made up this name, put it in the dictionary, gave a title to it, right? Like a description to it, and then said, but it's not proven because science hasn't proven that you can talk to a spirit. And I said, well, then why the hell did you give me a name? Like, why can't I make up my own damn name? I'm like, why'd you have to give me one? You don't even believe in it, right? So these things that they don't even believe in, um, supposedly that don't exist or that can't be proven, they still like have like what it is. So to me, in the back of their heads, they know that this is possible, right? Evie, have a great night. I should say day because you're going to work, aren't you? um, have a great day, Evie. Um, so yeah,
Night, Abby.
so I'm thinking that they don't, when it comes to things like that, spirituality, gods, goddesses, your faith, basically, they want to bring you away from your faith, from your belief. I mean, they've been doing this forever. So they're going to tell you none of these things exist because they want you to believe what they want you to believe so they can sway you, to do what they want you to do. That's how the government and society is. So, um, you know, I just wouldn't put so much stock into things that you can't put your heart and soul into, just because I was raised Greek Orthodox Christian doesn't mean I have to believe what they believe, everything. I can take bits and pieces from that and I can make my own, you know, version of my religion from what I believe. So, um, and it's my spirituality. And, you can't call me crazy or anything else because you don't know. Hey, Autumn. I said, she said hi yesterday, and then I didn't hear anything else in the chat from her while I was reading. And I said, maybe she fell asleep on me. I apologize if I put you to sleep. But I know it's late there where you were at that time. So, hey, Scott. Oh, that's okay. I was just asking about you. I was wondering. I said, I wonder if his power's still out or if he's okay. Um, well, if you're working on 3D design, that means your power's on and you're cool. So that's fabulous. Thank you for coming in and letting us know. Appreciate it. Well, Mary, I'm sorry. Do you have anything to add? I was yapping, like always. Oh, she disappeared on me again. Yep. Okay. Good. How's it looking?
I'm here.
Okay.
I was
How's
just
it?
trying to get. I had to go to the bathroom, and I was getting my breath back before I kicked back on.
Oh, there you go. How's it looking over there, Scott? Okay. In your area, James's area, besides a tree, he's doing good. So, yeah, I kind of did spending all my energy protecting folks from the storm. There you go. There you go, Autumn. Yep. Well, you got to make sure you replenish your energy. Don't lose it all. you know, make sure to replenish it. I'll let you talk for a second, Mary. I'm just going to
Oh, I'm here. I don't have much to add to that. You said it all. I mean, if you watch any shows that any Viking shows like the show Vikings on you can watch it on Netflix. It's on there. It's pretty much tells you the story of the gods and all that and their belief. It's pretty much from back when back then when they were around and stuff. It pretty much to the point.
right, right.
It's
Yeah.
pretty much on the money when it comes to how it was
Yeah, there's a
or how
lot of
they
stuff.
say it was anyway. I'll put you like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on this because well, and it's still practiced today, right? Like I said, in Denmark, they still practice um, at least 1,000
Oh,
people
there's
still
a lot of
practice.
active in it. Yeah.
So there's a lot of information on it, unlike some lost ones that you only find in
You was
like
talking about
scriptures.
when you was talking about Freya and the goddess of love and all that. I was thinking as a fertility god too.
Yeah, yeah. No,
But
she's
it's because it gets so dang cold over there. They're bound to have a lot of kids. Got nothing else to do
they don't
but
need
do
to
that.
pray to the God. They just need to stay inside.
Right. I mean, got to do nothing else. I mean, because comes down to nothing else to do. You're in the house together all the time. It's
Yeah.
either fight or do the other.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, that's good, Scott.
You fight and then you make up.
That's right.
I'm just joking. Just don't take me to heart, people.
That's right. I'm gonna let you talk just for a little to them, for a second about anything you
All
want,
right,
because
give me just a second.
because I was saying I just want to roll a cigarette, but it makes noise, so I'm gonna put the sound off. You know.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So how's everybody? Scott, I'm glad you made it through it. I thought about you through the storms. As my brother's down there too. I thought about all of you that's down there that I can remember that lives there. Um, Reb and Mel live down there, and they're okay, and they're a YouTube bunch. Um, Frances, she used to be on YouTube. She quit because of harassments on there. But anyway, I'm still friends with her and stuff, and talk to her all the time. And she made it through. She lived in a trailer, and she got a little damage on her trailer on the side where a tree branch hit it or something, or something hit it. Anyway, dented it in. But her trailer stayed put, and she lives there by Tampa, close to Tampa. So, but it went like we said, like they said, it went south, more south than they thought it was going to, and so it saved a lot of damage being done in Tampa. But the tornadoes was crazy. A lot of tornadoes. Um, I think most of them was water tornadoes, but uh,
Oh, a water tornado. That sounds almost worse than the wind one. I don't know.
yeah, really, either one's going to beat you up. But the water, I would think, would be really bad.
Yeah, dumping water on everything. Everything all wet, and then some things are not meant to be underwater. So you have things floating away. Plus, then you have like all the snakes and gators and everything in with the water. Nope. Fishnadoes, yes. You'll have like yeah, I would assume you'd have the snakes and the gators and all this shit then in your yard down with the water.
Fishnadoes. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's just I got it. Yeah, water spouts are cool when they're just water spouts and they're off from a distance and you can watch them and you're not in the line of fire of them. But whenever you're in the line of fire to them, and I wouldn't say they're so cool.
Hmm.
I'll be I'll be getting away from them.
Yeah, that's for damn sure.
For water spouts, it depends on what size they are too. I mean, the bigger they are, the stronger they are. And
Hmm.
apparently, this one put out some strong ones.
Oh.
So I don't know.
um, look how cute. Look what I
Yeah,
made.
I watch him too, Ryan Hall. Yep, I watch him and a few others.
Oh, you're watching Max.
Yeah, he's on YouTube. He does weather. He does live things, Texas and
You know who else
all over.
does?
He does it all over, actually.
John, the paranormal guy. He does
Yeah,
it now, right? He
yeah,
does
he does
all
it
that.
too. Yeah, that's what he's doing now.
Oh, I'm sure.
Tracking storms, storm tracker. But he's in Texas. Um, I don't think he went to Florida for this. He may
Um,
have.
I don't know. Those storm people are they chase everything.
Yeah, they do.
But you could, of course, being like a meteorologist and stuff, you can track it without being in Florida. Um,
Yeah, you don't have to be in Florida to track
you
it.
wouldn't get any good video, but you would be able to tell people like what was going on, you know.
Well, you can, there's cameras and stuff that I'm sure that they could watch or whatever that they know
Right.
about. If they're their affiliates or whatever, affiliate stations, as they call them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they work together on that.
And anybody who does prayers, Danny's mama's back in the hospital, so we can have some prayers for Danny's mama. That'd be great.
Hey, Scott. Hi, Drew.
Really? Is that true? Maybe. And April. Um,
I don't know. They could be that way. I haven't heard of them being like that, but they
oh,
could coexist there.
Scott, Scott says yes. That
I mean, I'll check into that.
Scott
Oh,
lives in
no, but
Florida, and he says it is. That's what happens. I mean, depending, they might fight each other, but they live in the same same habitat together. Well, they don't have a choice, really. I guess. You know? Well, this dude could be my friend, or I could eat him, and then his friend will eat me. So yeah, let's just leave it alone.
I don't want a part of them.
Me either. Nope. That's why I don't live in Florida. Imagine if I seen some
You
big
can
ass
walk around the
snake
floodwaters there.
coming
That's
out of
for
the
sure.
tree in my backyard, I'd have a freaking heart attack and never go out. Nope. Nope. It's not one of the places that I'm going. Not even in the afterlife. I might pass by there going somewhere else, but I'm not stopping. I'm going. Because even in death, I'm not wanting to, damn anacondas or whatever you call them. No crocodiles.
Well, I can say this that I wouldn't go in the floodwaters there.
Mm-hmm. No, I
I
wouldn't
wouldn't
go in
walk
any.
around in them.
I would not go in any water in Florida unless it was a pool.
No, me either. And then you better look and see.
Oh yeah, because I could go into your pool. Yep. You need a electrical fence around your house in Florida. Like around your pool, so you don't get any critters there. Snakes love water. Yeah, I know. No.
Omar bought a house and there was one in the backyard in the pool.
Yep. No. No. That's why you need the electric fence. So these trappers don't get in there. And they can't read, I'm assuming. So if you write electrical fence all over, so people this is for the gators. This fence is electrified.
But I think it had if I remember right, it had an enclosure, but the enclosure was uh, a screen was cut or something.
Mm. As Hollywood made them out to be. Well, that's good. But they're big, Charlie, and little snakes can crush your throat. So imagine, a big one. They're big. They're bigger than regular little snakes. Just lost power here. Made it through the whole storm without losing it too. It just probably just a line fell down and they get it right back up for you, James. All right. Hollywood does that. Yes, that's right. Like actually I was watching what the heck was I watching the other day? Something about the paranormal. And I don't know what movie it was. And I was kind of laughing because I'm like, huh. I'm like, where did they get these ideas, like to sensationalize like these kinds of things like this. And like even like you would think they would do some research and talk to their spirit guides. I was watching the show Ghosts, and I really like that show, just because of the actors, and it's funny to me. and they call crossing over being sucked off, right? So, um, so when they're gonna cross over, right? So it's like they all have this idea somehow that the reason why the light doesn't come or people don't cross over is because they have unfinished business. Well, sometimes that's the case, but not like they say it. The person chooses not to cross over, right? It's not that the light doesn't come for you because you have unfinished business. They don't tell you you have unfinished business. You tell yourself, I'm staying because I want to make sure my grandson's okay, or I want to make sure I stay with my wife until, you know. So the way they make it seem like all of a sudden they're gonna be like the light's gonna come for you because you got over your death. That's not how it goes, right? And I'm like, don't they research? Doesn't anybody talk to their spirit guides before they make these shows and movies? Or what is going on? you know? Anyway, that was just my I just thought it was funny. And the movie Ghost was like that too. It was like, oh, why didn't the light come for me? And then like he stayed, he helped the girlfriend, and then the light came, and I'm like, "Uh, where did you get this idea? And why are we still harping on this idea? We damn well know that's not the case, you know? So I'm like, are we gonna move on now? Is somebody actually gonna be like, hey, let's change it to be right? And then go from there, and then the movies will kind of be right, you know? Like, he didn't want to leave his girlfriend. No, he didn't want to leave her, but when when he first Pat died, right? There wasn't a light waiting for him. like um and he said, "No, I got to do something first." He was like the light didn't come for him until he supposedly finished what he had to do, right? But that's not how it goes, from what the spirits told me. So I would think that somebody would ask their spirit guide, like someone spiritual, like, I'm gonna make it a movie the right way now, like, or something, or a show the right way. I don't know. The new season of Ghost starts next week. Oh, that's good because I've watched them all. um.
I
And
haven't watched that.
oh,
Is it
it's
good?
yeah, like it's. You know what it is? The actors are very good. Even though, like I said, it's not politically correct. It's funny, to watch. Even I think I would watch that group even if it was a group of friends that were dead, because it's freaking hysterical. But it's funny too because it's people who died in all different times. So you have like the Viking and the hippie, the lady from the 1920s, right? Like the Victorian age, and so, oh, you have the guy who fought in World War One there, like so you
Are
have
you
like all
talking
these
about?
different people, and it's hysterical.
Mm.
It's called Ghosts. That's what it's
Yeah,
called.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So they have. Did you guys see they made a UK Ghosts? So the UK like thought that shit was so great that they made a YouTube. It says UK Ghosts. That's what it's called, UK Ghosts, and it's supposed to be like the same thing. All right, Scott. It's supposed to be the same like kind of deal. Of course, it has different actors. It takes place in the UK, and I was like, really? I thought it was funny. So the UK has their own version of it now. And it's called UK Ghost. I'm boycotting Hollywood. I haven't
Well,
got these in years, and I have not
we
even watched.
made stuff off of theirs before, remakes of their stuff, only English version.
That's true. I'm boycotting. I don't like when kids like watching movies. Every night I put on a movie, and I fall asleep, but they watch it. I'm assuming they'll or not, or if they want to see the second one, because sometimes that has a second part. Like, oh, yesterday I put on the Adams Family Value. Tonight I'll be like, hey, do you want to watch the second part of that, or did you that? Whatever. But so like but I was trying to find like old movies that I like. The Flight of the Navigator we watched. I forgot how much I love that movie. Anyway, like some movies, it's for entertainment, right? But like I said, at some point, you have to go like, hey, should we make these more realistic? Like maybe we should talk to a ghost. Like, hello, I'm make a whole movie about them, make a whole seasons, all these seasons about. Maybe I should talk to one of them. Find out what the deal is. Gonna go lay down. Oh, what, I feel better. Where you got the COVID shot? Oh no, I don't do those things. Um, yes.
Yeah, I don't either.
I know, and in the height of COVID, everybody would yelling at me, and then even the job tried offering me money. They tried to bribe me to get the shot, right? And I'm like, no. But I almost died when I got the flu shot one time. I don't get the flu shot anymore. Why the hell would I get that shot? Not enough people have taken it for me.
Dang, Charlie, you are boycotting.
um, to have, for me to take it, unless I'm like dying and I need it. But anyway, I got too many medical issues to, yeah. Like if that was my grandmother was 96. She got 4 different, 4 because they have to upgrade it every once in a while or whatever. And then when the 5th one came out, my aunt was like, no, leave her the fuck alone already. She's 96. Leave her alone. She got 5 of them or 4 of them or how many she got now. Now they have 6, 7, whatever. But she's in the nursing home, so my aunt's like, no, leave. How many shots you gonna give her? Like really. Um. So, um, yeah. So she hasn't gotten any more after the 4. But when they first, and then she wouldn't let me come over in the beginning. She's like, no, you don't have a COVID shot. I'm like, yeah, but you do. So how you gonna get it? Regardless whether you can't get it, you got vaccinated. I told her. So what's it make a difference if I'm vaccinated? If you're vaccinated, you're not gonna get it. What do you care if I drop dead in front of you or not? Like, I couldn't understand these people. I was like, I don't get it. Do you see what's the things floating around behind me? By the way, guys, here's a rack. I seen like 2, and it's not like big balls of dust either. um, Obviously. Anyway, when I'm outside, I don't see it as much as when I'm out. Uh, anyway, Aiden likes to hang out over there. It's probably Aiden. And I have a little one down on near my leg.
I didn't see any ghosties in my house, did you? In the pictures?
No, I did the house itself. No, when no,
I didn't in my house either.
um, but
But what?
you never know. Once you go there, it will be haunted anyway. So.
Oh, I don't know.
And then all the neighbors' ghosts are gonna come over to see what's going on.
I know, right?
Because that's what I always say. Like I took pictures of my yard. There was nothing in my yard.
Not haunted,
There,
but it will be after I get done with
yeah, because I was sitting in my yard and I was taking pictures, right? Like just to see. There was nothing in my yard. In the windows, looking up at me from the neighbor's house, in the neighbor's yard, the second neighbor's yard, looking at me. There was all these spirits looking at me. They weren't in my yard, though. They were all around me, though. And
it.
it was funny. I was like, oh, they're all just not going to her yard. What's she doing? you know, you know. Thought it was funny.
I'm sure they'll say, well, she moved over here. Let's go over there.
Mhm.
They'll find me.
Oh yeah, they'll find. Well, like I said, all you need is maybe they're not in your house, maybe they're in the neighbor's yard, and then all of a sudden they'd be like, "Oh shit, look at look at her
Right.
and her brigade of ghosts. I'm going there. Going to
Look
hang
at
out
that
with
beam of
them."
light over there.
Yes, Drew. So that's what Daddy said to me. He's like, because I said, "Ooh, look at this house." I go, "I think it's haunted. Well, I should buy this house." And and he's like, "Why?" Like, excuse me. He's like, "Oh, that's okay, Krista." Um, like he's like, "You're gonna buy a haunted house and then cross it over. So in a few days, it won't be haunted anyway. What is the point?" He goes, "Just you know." Tell your spirit guides, hey, those people see if they want to cross over. He goes, no point in buying a haunted house. You're gonna unhaunt it in about 5 minutes.
Right.
So he goes, you're gonna cross them over, right? Because you always do that. No, anybody, you just oh, you want to cross over? Sure. You tell everybody, no, send them here. I'll cross them. He goes, you're gonna cross them all anyway. What the frick is the point? I'm like, well, that's true, I
I
guess.
didn't feel nothing with it or see anything in it, so I'm like, um, got clean slate. It won't be clean when I get there.
Yeah. Well, and that's probably why somebody talked in the landlord's ear, like, no, freaking, there's not a ghost in sight. Hey, she needs this house.
Right.
That's why I say it was like Jacoby and Alicia went there talking their ear off. Like I'm like oh like out of the blue the other day, like my grandmother was like, "Here, you need this $100." Gave me $100. I'm like, out of the blue. My grandmother never gives money out. Never, never. Cheap, right? And I'm like, no, one of my spirit guides was like bothering her. She was running like, fine, here, I give it to her. Leave me alone. And then I'm like, Elizabeth, was that you talking grandma's ear off?
It's like I asked
Wow.
Annie, I said, am I going to find a house between now and the first? And he said, no. He said, but it'd be the following Monday. And by God, that's the day the guy called me and told me
Well, that
that he
day
would
he
go.
said bring the paperwork. So yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Why anyone would purposely stay at a haunted house, I have no idea. No, I don't mind it. Like I purposely like I went to a wedding in Pennsylvania because that's where my cousins live, and one of my cousins were getting married, and and my daughter and my sister wanted to stay in this ritzy hotel with like a pool and everything. I'm like, nope. I booked the historical one that's like I don't know how many years old in the historical district, and it said to have ghosts. And what the fuck? I'm like, no, I want to go there. I love the historical places and the old things and the spirits and whatever. And that's when I first started doing this. And my sister and my daughter were so pissed. It was a nice area though. They got used to it. But yeah, no. Maybe it's just me being semi-normal. Maybe. No, no. I wouldn't want to stay. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want to stay in a spooky one where they like attack you or anything like that. No. But if there's cute little ghosties there playing, a nice lady sitting in her rocking chair, no, it doesn't bother me. I don't, you know, of course, a bad one. No, I don't want to go live with any bad ones. But yeah, but I like them. They're my buddies. If I didn't have the ghost to talk to, I wouldn't talk. I wouldn't have anybody to talk to.
Well, I got to look at it like this. I mean, I don't care if they're there as long as they are nice and leave me alone and and treat my family okay, I'm okay with them.
Oh, Diane, Danny did. Um, yeah, Mary doesn't pay any attention anyway. She just block everybody out. They be talking to her. She's not listening anyway.
No,
This one next to me who's talking in my ear is probably like, "You're not listening to me either." Sorry, we're busy. Right after I talk to you, must came from somebody's house now because I told mine. Told I told the ones that were here, and the one that I did a reading for someone today. She came over, so it was someone new. I had to meet a spirit guide and whatever. And when I came in to get my friend a cup of coffee, he was talking to me, and I heard, well, can I bring somebody to cross over? And I'm like, yeah, of course you can bring people to cross over. That's fine. I do that. You can bring them. It's no problem. So he brought an older gentleman, not too much older. He's in his 50s, and a little one. Six, six, you are? 6. Okay. So yeah. So that's okay. I rang bang into a man at work. Well, his energy. Oh no. You walked right into him like, damn. What are you doing here? Yeah, yeah. I'm sure, Drew, where you are, there must be a old hotel you could spend the night in or something. Hello, Eli. How are you? Um, but I love those historical places.
well, Diane, they were green. If you pick the color green, they were green. They're not green anymore. They're a light tan color with the trims all white through the house and wooden floors. Well, wooden like floors. I'll put you like that. Wood look floors, I should say. But the thing I'm gonna send you, the it's when it's sold, and it's before it was remodeled all the way. Or before it was painted and it didn't need to be remodeled. Just painted and carpet took out.
Sorry. The gentleman was just talking my ear off. And I was like, no.
See
We
there
had,
now?
yeah, well, I had,
What's he wanting?
I told he wanted to cross over. He was in some kind of rush. And I'm like, look, I have a time. It's at 9 o'clock. It's only 7:30. I'm on live stream. I'm like, I asked one of them, could they come to the grocery? Listen, I don't mind crossing people over, but I can't just, oh, you want to cross now? Let me do you. Let me do you. I'd be doing a crossover every 5 freaking
You'd
seconds.
never get no sleep.
Yeah, no, that's not how it works. I have a schedule on the damn door, and that's what it is. Like, don't bother me.
Come get in line.
Get in line. Um, but I don't know what the big hurry is. And sometimes I feel that the big hurry is the person they were waiting for here is about to pass away, and they want to meet them at the gate, and that's why they want to cross and then grab them through. I understand, but you can't wait till the last minute, like, and expect me to like it. I can't do it. Um, you have to have some
I
respect. I respect you guys. I leave you food, coffee, and whatever, but you have to respect me too. I can't just do those things sometimes. It's not feasible to do that. So that's what he wanted, but that's okay. So somebody will take him to the Grove, and he'll be a happy camper, and my ear will stop going nuts, and hopefully, and that's it. And that's how we'll go. But yeah, that's what normally happens. sometimes they just want me to know they're here. A lot of times it's just like, I'm here. Can I cross? Yeah, yeah, you can cross. We do it at this time. And then they're fine. They don't talk my ear off. But when they're constant, I'm like, okay, what's going on? What happened? What's the matter? Like, can you wait 2 hours? Like, because we're going to do a cross, I promise. And you can go, like, because some of them get nervous, they don't know me, right? So yes, it's okay, I'm here. Yes, you want to cross? Yes, okay, this is when we do it. Can you wait? Yes, okay, good, fabulous. And then it's over, my ear stops. But when it's constant, I'm like, what? Because it's getting like crazy lately, the energy of them. And sometimes they're just talking to each other, but they're like literally on top of me because I have 80 of them, right? So all my ears are like shot sometimes. I'm like, okay, you're too close to me. You have to, can you talk over there? Like, so yeah, sometimes it's like my ear is constant, like I can't, like I don't even hear what's going on around me because all I hear is, it's like, it almost sounds in my ear like white noise, especially when they're not talking to me. When they are talking to me and I don't understand them, my ear starts spinning. My eardrum starts like twisting in my ear. I get nuts. That's what happens, guys. Like, I get nuts with that. When it starts spinning, I'm like, what the hell? What is going on? What do you want? I can't understand you. And then I'm like, sorry, you have to translate because I don't know what they're saying, and they're driving me nutty. Um, but so yeah, that's what he wanted though. He was rushing Mary. So he wouldn't stop talking about you. Yep. Yeah, Drew. Do you get that? Does anybody else get that white noise and your eardrum twisting inside your ear? That it drives me nuts. Nuts. Like, or maybe you guys hear them better than I do, so they don't get to the point where they twist your eardrum because they're pissed at you for not answering them, but like, sometimes I just don't understand them,
I
or I think
get
they're
that. I
talking
get the
to
white
each other,
noise.
you know?
I get a white noise and I get a buzz. Like it's
Yes.
like it's a, it's not really a buzz either.
It's not a buzz,
It's
it's
more
weird.
like it's more like a horn going off, only it's in a distance.
Yeah, mine is like a weird, like it's like a
It's like a,
throbbing, weird
and
feeling.
it's,
I can't even explain it, guys.
I
Like, it's
can't either. I don't know how to explain it either. It's like a horn going off, only it's at a distance, and it's like in a pinhole. Like I don't know how to explain it.
yeah, it's like a dog whistle that only you can hear. That's the best way
Right,
to
there you go.
explain it. It's like a dog whistle, a constant noise,
They
a
got a
weird
ghost
noise.
whistle. Apparently, it's a ghost whistle.
It's a ghost whistle. That's what it is. And it's like only you can hear it, and because they're talking to you, right? And you're like, shit. But that's what we're gonna call it. But that's and it could drive me crazy, and it's all day at my house, you know? And usually I ignore it because I know they're talking to each other, but when they get really close and the ear starts, then I'm what, are you talking to me? Because I don't hear what you're saying, which must mean I don't understand you. Sometimes too, that happens. They're speaking a different language, or they're
I
speaking
don't speak
fast, or
ghost
they
yet.
have a heavy accent and they're talking fast and they have a heavy accent, and I'm like, what are you saying? I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. Slow down. Say it again. Oh, welcome back, Scott. Um, so yeah, but it's like a dog whistle that only you can hear, and you're like, ah. So you kind of look crazy, being like, what the fuck? But it is what it is. Like, I don't care anymore what people think, so I'll stop and talk to, like, even in the street, I'll be walking and I'll be like, somebody will start talking to me, and I'm like, oh, if you want to cross over and you're good, then these guys will take you to my house and we'll do that. And I keep walking. I don't care. people think. Yeah, it's like a vibration. There you go. That was the word, Drew. Like a vibration, a constant vibration. And it gets worse when they're closer and when they're aggravated at you and you're not listening. And then the vibration twists your eardrum. When it twists, it feels like it's twisting, like somebody's going like this to my eardrum. I get insane when that happens. I'm like, stop. What are you, back up? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I don't like that one, that feeling. The vibration now, it's like constant because they're here. But that twisting, I'm just like, "Mm." We're not doing this. I hate it. But that's the word. It's like a constant, like weird vibration in your ear. And like my sister said to me, because my whole family thinks I'm crazy. I told you guys. She's like, if that started happening to me, I would go get my ear checked for tinnitus. And I'm like, well, you go then. If it starts happening to you, because obviously you're not gonna listen to nobody anyway. So you go do what you want to do. And she's like, well, what if you have tinnitus? I go, if I told the doctor that, right, that vibrations happening in my ear, they're gonna tell me, oh yeah, you have tinnitus, and they're gonna give me something they don't know. Unless I go to a spiritualist, right? And I ask the spiritualist, do I have tinnitus or is a spirit talking to me? Then the spiritualist might be like, no, the spirit's talking to me.
That's exactly what they're gonna say too.
You know?
They don't. I don't even tell them because I know what it is,
All right, we know what
and
it is.
they're gonna think it's something else. They're gonna say, "Oh, you got this, this, and this." And
Yeah, yeah, they don't care, and they're gonna give you medicine because you're gonna get paid for it, so they don't give a shit. Oh, you
right.
have tinnitus? Here you go. You need this. Yeah, okay. You're not crazy. You just have other ways. There you go. I'm not crazy. I'm unique. Is that what they say? I'm not crazy. I'm unique. I need a sweatshirt that says that with a little ghosties all over it. I'm not crazy. I'm unique. I'm friends with ghosts. In the back, will say I'm friends with ghosts, and in the front, it will say I'm not crazy. I'm unique. I'm gonna do that shirt. Yes. Yeah, they'll numb you. Yeah, they'll numb it up, and it won't work anyway
They
because
may numb you. Period. If you tell them you believe in ghosts.
yeah, well, yeah, that too. Um, but
And
if you
so
tell them,
they'll be
you know,
telling the nurse,
if you
"Go get the
explain what's
jacket."
going on, and then they say, "Oh yeah, we'll just put something in it." Yeah, that's what they'll do. They'll fuck you all up, is what they'll do, because they
He
don't
tells
know.
he tells nurse, "Just go get the jacket."
Yeah,
They ever say that and run for the hills because they get in the white coat.
they're getting the white count. That's right. Just got the video notification. Yes. I can design the logo, Christina, for your shirt. Yes. Yes, sir. Make cool lettering. Like you got to make really cool lettering for that. Um, I'm not crazy. I'm unique. And maybe on the front side with that saying, it would just be like eyes peeking out over like the crazy part. And then in the back it says I'm friends with ghosts, and it will have little ghosty pictures on it. Yes, something just like that. Keep it going. Yes, I want that shirt. Yeah, yep, that's what I want. But fancy lettering, and I like colors. And somewhere on that shirt has to be a coffee. On the hood. On the hood, when you would put the hood up, like on the side, should also be a coffee cup because those are my two favorite things, ghosts and coffee. And I need the shirt to have both. Or I have merch in my store, and in on the merch in my store, the ghosts are holding coffee cups. That could be too. I'm friends with ghosts, yeah, and have the little ghosties holding the coffee cups. That's even better.
Is it cold there, Christina?
It is chilly. Today was chilly, yeah. And it was funny because I was freezing out in the backyard and when I was doing that reading, because there's no room in my house, so we did it on my big table in the backyard. They have their coats on and everything. I had I had this outfit on, but then I had another sweater and whatever. Jacoby came by and I'm all of a sudden I'm like, wait. And I'm like, she's like, I'm fine. You must be. And I'm like, nah, my friend came to visit. She's like, your friend? Oh, yeah, he's a fire elemental. He came to visit. Probably came to get coffee. I said, and he just threw me out of sorts. I was freezing and then I was sweating. So I knew because it's instant. If it's progressive, I know
Yeah.
that it's like a hot flash. But when it's instant, I know it's somebody else. So I was like, oh, I go, hey, Jacoby, you came for coffee? I go, yeah, I'm sorry.
Well, he can warm my feet up right now if he wanted to.
um, so they thought it was funny. And I had my jacket off the whole rest of the time. And then when I got inside after a little bit, I was chilly again and I saw him. He left. Yeah. But it's 52 with 48 feel here. Oh, I wonder what it is here. I don't know. I didn't look. I shall tell you. It's 59 degrees here. That's what it says, right? 58 feels like 55. There you go. Tomorrow's temperature will be 8 degrees nicer. Well, that's good. Yeah, but 55 is kind of chilly, you know? It's kind of chill. That's why I'm inside and not outside today. 8 p.m. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. That's good. Then we have something to watch after we leave here. Yeah, my video came out. So the video that I showed, if you guys, for whoever wasn't here and wants to catch the Norse, um, it already went out 7:45. I put it out for, so you guys could always watch it over. It will be there in the spiritual learning playlist if you ever need to go back to it. So yeah. So it's funny because I read for my friend's friend, right? And then like I was like, "Oh, I hope your friend enjoyed it. Here's my Facebook link in case she has any other questions or she needs anything or whatever." And my friend hasn't contacted me back, which is very weird for her. So I'm like, maybe I did something that annoyed her or something because I don't normally do that stuff around my friend, so I don't know. Can I share the Of course you can.
Well,
Then
I got some more stuff I gotta get done. We've been trying to get packing done. So I gotta get that done and
Oh yes. Well, we're
here,
leaving in 10 minutes
here in a few minutes.
because Drew, well, less, maybe 5 minutes, because Drew in 10 minutes is gonna have a premiere, so we're gonna go there. We're gonna go
Well,
raid her.
I'll put Drew up and I'll have her on listening, but I won't be chatting because I'll be busy.
Yes.
But I'll put her on
Make who a
and
mod?
listen to it.
Drew's a mod.
I'm gonna say she can put it down. I'm gonna
No,
drop
no,
you a
no. There's her
link.
link. Drew's a mod. Why she's
I'm
not
gonna
a
say I can drop
yeah.
her link if you want me to.
No, she dropped it. She's a mod, of course. I'm like, no, of course she's a mod. I mean, I can't see on StreamYards, but then I look down because
I'm
I
gonna
have it
say
on my
sure
other
she
phone,
is.
and
I'm
I'm like,
sure she is because she's one of us sisters.
yeah, she's blue, of course. She's been
Of
blue
course
for a
she
long
is.
time, even before
Of
she
course
was
she's gonna be blue.
even before she was our sister. She was our friend. She was blue.
I know, but still, yeah,
Oh, it
she's been
doesn't
blue.
show the wrench at the end. Oh
She
yeah,
been on. She been blue on mine forever
yeah, it's blue though. If
since we
if they're
started.
blue, they're usually a mod, whether the wrench shows up or not. But yeah, but the um, yeah, because I was like, wait, what? Then I thought YouTube did something strange and started messing with my blue people, and I was about to say, what the frick?
A lot of her beginning people come from my channel. I got her I got her going between me and a couple others.
Oh yeah, yeah,
and she's really she done bypassed me a long time ago.
yeah. Oh yeah. No, no, Drew. You could always put your link.
Well, not a
Any
long
link,
time ago, but she
any
bypassed
any
me
link
because
for your
I
channel.
don't I don't put up the content she does.
Right. Any link for your channel and any link for somebody we
Business.
know, like but um yeah, put anything. You guys are mods, so I trust that you're not gonna put anything dirty up, a link that's dirty or something that would bother anybody, so I don't care. If it's one of your videos, definitely it's fine. Um, that's what we're here to support each other. So if you guys ever have anything that you put out on YouTube and you want to share it, just say, "Hey, I did a video last week. It's so good. It was this." Up, cool. So yeah. Just so everybody knows in advance, you're welcome to share something, you know, of your own anytime. Um, so yeah.
Yeah, I can remember when Drew didn't know how to. We was trying to get it. She's trying to figure
Yeah,
out how
no
to run
boobies.
StreamYards and put videos out and how you do this and how you do that. And her and Chris, I helped him too. But
Mm,
I mean, there was stuff I didn't know, and I had to pass it down to somebody else. But I loved helping them out when they first started.
mm.
But you know, she's 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 done good. She's done well. My child has done well. My sister's
Remember,
done
I'd never
well.
go live alone yet. Well, it was funny when I first, because I was like, why the heck would anybody want to watch me talk to people? So I can share only spirits links.
Yeah, it's been hard for me to go live by myself. I don't think I ever have. Maybe
Mm,
a couple times. I start out by myself, but I end up
yeah,
getting
somebody
somebody
come
up
up.
there.
But like, I remember at first I said, no, who the hell wants to sit and watch me talk by myself? Like, what the fuck am I gonna say, right? So, like the first time, like I went live, I'm like, uh, first live, I'm bored, and like people came in and we talked about spirits or whatever. I think I maybe the spirit box or oh, sorry, I showed a haunted doll, whatever. The second time, I think Boomer came live with me. The third time I played games, and I just don't stop talking. That's what I told Mary the other day. I'm like, there's too much silence. Like, I don't like if there's. So I said, I'm not trying to talk over you, but if there's too much silence, I'm like, I have to talk because I hate going into the live stream and the person's just sitting there, like reading the chat but not saying anything or whatever. And I'm like, silent for like a minute now. Are you gonna freaking say something? And
Well, I
I'll
mean,
leave, you know?
it's sometimes it's hard to do it by yourself because,
Yeah.
like me, I have to stop and think about stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not all that easy sometimes. That's why it helps to have somebody to bounce off of when they have an
Right.
idea, then you have an idea, and then you talk, and then you know what I'm saying. It goes on and on and
Yeah.
on.
Well,
So
that's why,
it's
like,
good to have somebody there with you.
Danny and I I accidentally deleted my first live when I had like 12 fans. Oh, um, that's why I always go through StreamYards too. And I clear out my stuff because if I accidentally delete it, StreamYards records it. So I always go through a second party and never go through YouTube only. Always go through that second party because they record it. And then
Well,
you
I
can
try not to
upload
be
it, and then
silent.
you can upload it back to YouTube. So yeah,
Like on my first one, I had my first live. I had let's see, I wasn't by myself at all. Boomer was there. Um, Somebody I will not mention, and God, who come by that time? God, there was a few that come by there and come on panel with me. Uh, Lou Rock was there. He was on panel with me for a little bit. Um, I don't know. There's a few others.
yeah. Remember Drew when Drew invited me for an interview? up with Chris. Poor guy could not get a
Yeah.
word in edgewise. I talked the whole damn live stream of his. He was probably like, damn. I'm not inviting her anymore.
Chris, yeah.
You see what's going on? Am I the only one who saw these things?
Chris is like, he talks so soft, but he asks good questions. I will say that, but
Yeah.
he talks so soft that, yeah.
No, he couldn't get a word in edgewise. You want me to tell my story? I'm gonna tell the whole damn story. And you're not stopping me. Because you asked.
I will say the guy that he's does a channel with now, I can't stand that guy. I'm sorry, but I can't.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't been by there. He
Yeah.
must do tarot readings when I see it, and it's early in the morning for me. Like, I don't know, 9 o'clock. It's too early for me to listen to tarot cards and spirits and all that at 9 in the morning. I'm just waking the hell up. Like that's too early for me. I'm not doing it.
He wasn't nice to me and Misty, and when they were doing the interview for us, Chris was fine. Chris was like, I don't think Chris really realized what he said, but me and Misty did.
Well, it was only I think it was only Drew and me and Chris. I don't think anybody else was there when I did my interview.
Well, this
Anyway,
guy
it
did.
wouldn't matter because I just
Yeah,
kept talking.
you did yours before they started their new show with this
Oh,
guy, and that's what he was doing, building his show up. And so Chris asked if he could interview me. I said fine. I said that's fine. I didn't mind helping Chris out. And the other guy, I just met him, but worst impression ever. But first impression, so
there you go.
that's why I
Well,
don't go there no more.
that's right. We're gonna let you go because in 1 minute we're gonna all meet you at Drew's. Thank you so much to Mary for joining me, and thank
Yes,
you guys
Kelly.
so much for coming, and thank you, Drew, for coming. And we'll all go. There's Drew's link. Please, everybody's blue. Go click on Drew and go watch her premiere, and I will see you there. Have a great night, and we'll see you next Wednesday for Divination Wednesday, and whatever I do for Spiritual Thursday next week will be a surprise for everyone,
I
even
agree with you.
myself.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. I'll see you over at Drew's.
I'll see you at Drew's.
Remember, please discard all candy wrappers and popcorn containers in the nearest trash receptacle. Thank you. We are so glad you came. Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye. Is everyone gone? Huh? Good. Oh my gosh, my cheeks are killing me. I can't keep smiling like this anymore. I'm exhausted.